the meaning for me to have even been thought of to come to this to an event like this is an honor. It's very scary as well. It's very nerve-wracking for me to talk about Mexican food in Mexico, but at the same time, I feel like it's to be given a gift like that to run away from it or shy away from it would not be the right thing as well. And again, it also inspires me to go back and try even harder with both of our restaurants. And meeting people and seeing what they're coming up with and getting to shake hands and talk to all these chefs. The amount of inspiration is just seemingly endless. For me, I look at certain recurring things that seem to happen over and over in Mexican cuisine. One is that meat is not the focus, or fish, like that's never the focus, even though it's a part of most dishes. I look for the textural contrast that seems to always happen in Mexican cuisine. And I also look for the balance of acidity, spice, the presence of masa, crunch, all those things, which is why, like, again, the idea in European cooking, the idea of putting raw vegetables on cooked food is very unusual, but in Mexican cuisine it happens over and over and over again. Because, again, in Mexican cuisine, salads are not an original part of that cuisine. All the balance is together on the dish, so I look for all of those things. We're in our infant stage because we have 2 restaurants, but we've only been open for 16 months, so that's not very long. And I mean, at the end of the day, you could spend your entire life studying one region of Mexico and probably still not know everything. So to say that we are even intermediate would be arrogant. Right now, everything we experience and everything that we touch and taste feels very new. So, I mean, I think you take calculated risk. So when we began, we opened a taqueria because in America, when people think of Mexican food, they think of very few things. They think of guacamole, they think of margaritas, which I don't even consider Mexican, and they think of tacos. So we began with a taqueria, but then we changed all the rules of what a taqueria is, and that we hire very serious cooks, and we charge more money for tacos than most restaurants ever will. And we do that because you can't have great cooks and then hand them the cheapest ingredients you can find because people think a taco is only worth $2. We went in the opposite direction. We try to find the most expensive ingredients we can find. And we're trying to prove the point that a taco is just as complicated to make as sushi or any other, or pasta or any other important discipline in cooking. So we began there. And then when we opened up our second restaurant, the first thing we did is we took the tacos away. Because again, it's the equivalent of, everyone in America thinks if it's a Mexican restaurant it has to have tacos. But what I'll tell the media is that that's the equivalent of saying every American restaurant has to have a hot dog. It's not fair, and you're not giving it a fair chance. So we took the tacos away first. I mean, it's really up to us how far we want to go. And I mean, Americans may say like, oh, in New York we would love a Oaxacan restaurant in New York, but I think very few New Yorkers even know what that means. So.